Hello and welcome to Papa's Fusion Kitchen. I'm Matt and today I'm going to show you how I make my chicken noodle soup. This is a very simple recipe but a very flavorful recipe, and what's so great about this recipe also is you can have it done in an hour and you'll be eating one of the best chicken noodle soups that you ever had. And then as always, you can find the recipe in the description of this video, and if you try it, please put it in the comments. Let me know how you like it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, Papa's Fusion Kitchen. I'm also on IG. So let's go ahead. Let me show you the ingredients that we're working with, and let's jump into the cooking. Let's get it on. All right, so here's the ingredients you're gonna need. You're gonna need some milk. You're gonna need a cup of flour, 1 egg, a half a teaspoon of salt that's not in the picture, a bay leaf, some thyme, some fresh thyme, some chopped up parsley, and then in here I've already cut my vegetables up, so I have to bore you with all the prep work. I have in here carrots, 2 to 3 carrots depending on the size. If you have large ones, and you only need 2. If you have small ones, use 3. And the same with celery. And then I have some onions, some garlic, and then I use rotisserie chicken. There's many reasons why I like that. I could do it the other way with cooking my own chicken, but I feel like rotisserie chicken has way more flavor. And not only that, I use every part of the chicken, and I make this chicken stock just sitting right here also, and you're going to need 10 cups of that. So let's go ahead and jump into making the noodles. All right, so you're just going to need a big bowl. We're going to measure out 1 cup of flour, and we're going to sift it in a sifter. So just put it in your sifter. And if you ain't got a sifter, then you should get one, but you can still do it without the sifter, but this just works a lot better. It makes the noodles, the texture of the noodles a lot more smoother. You just want to sift all that flour out. Okay, once that's done, then let's go ahead and measure out our salt. We're gonna use a half a teaspoon of salt. Okay. And then we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of milk, and we're gonna go ahead and make a little well. And I'm not wearing gloves today, but I'm not serving this to anybody but myself, so don't freak out over it. My hands are thoroughly clean, so they're prepped for surgery, man. All right, here we go. So now you just need, I make like a little well in here, and then I put my wet ingredients in there, and then I fold it. So let's go ahead. And then, okay. And then I'm just gonna need 1 egg. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold this in until it's all well incorporated. So now we're just going to put like a little bit more flour over it. Coat both sides. And then we're going to coat. You can use something if you want to. I'm using my countertop. This is how my grandma did it. This is how I'm doing it. I just make sure it's extremely, and then just gonna see, and then we're just gonna roll it out. And what I usually do is when I'm rolling it out, I try to get it all the dimensions is close to similar, and then you want it probably about a 1/4 inch thick, unless you like thick noodles, but I'm going to do mine 1/4 inch thick roughly. So once we get this 1/4 inch thick dough, then we'll start cutting it out. I'll show you how to do it. It's pretty simple. Just use a knife and do it. You don't want to get it too thin either, so where there's start being holes in it. You start having holy dough, unless you like holy dough. But I'm not into holy dough. So okay, that's about the thickness I like. Now, what you want to do is get you a plate, set it on the side, put a little flour on there. You can just use some of this flour. You don't want these noodles to stick at all. So we're just going to put a little bit of flour on the bottom of this. And then we're going to go ahead and cut these out. And you want to try to keep it, the shapes of them is similar to width as possible. So I just go down there and eyeball it. And I like mine not thin, but not thick. Maybe about 1/4 inch in size too. So 1/4 inch thick, 1/4 inch wide. But of course you can make them however you want to, but this is how I do it. And it's pretty simple. All right, and then you're just gonna go across. And then once you get done, we're gonna put it in this plate. So you can do lengthwise whatever you like. I just kind of go off of, I don't know, maybe an inch. These first ones might be different lengths, but it's all right. These still gonna taste good. We'll throw all the defective ones to the side. This one, that one. And this one. Alright. So what you're left with is about a cup of noodles. And then you're just going to put them in the plate. Make sure that they're not stuck together. And we're going to let them sit there on the plate for a couple hours before we can use them. We want them to get a little bit harden up, and then after 2 hours, then they're ready. And if you need a little more flour so they don't stick together, you can add that too, but these are pretty good. You just don't want them to stick together. That's the main thing. So that way, whenever you add them to the soup, they're in pieces and not stuck all together. And when you put them on a plate, they can stick together too. That's why I put a little flour in there. And if you need to add just a little bit more flour on them, so that way they're not sticking together, then go right ahead and do it. Alright guys, this is what it looks like after you get done. They're not sticking together. And then you're just going to let them sit for a couple hours so they harden up. Then we can proceed with using them in the soup. But this is really what makes the recipe, so you gotta try this out. All right, so now what we're gonna do, once your noodles are set for a couple hours, we're gonna go ahead and saute all your vegetables. So I just preheated my nice big pot, my favorite pot, to about medium. Put a little olive oil in there, and then all you want to do is saute them probably about 5 minutes. So once that's done, I'll bring you back and show you. I'm not gonna bore you with the watching this saute. All right, after this has been sauteing for about 5 minutes, now you can go ahead and add your bay leaf, and I have a little bit of fresh thyme that I twisted up. We'll put that in there. We're not putting in the parsley yet. We're gonna do that at the end. And then go ahead and add your chicken stock, 10 cups of chicken stock, and bring it to a boil. And we're just gonna boil this until the vegetables are a bit soft. Get all that residue out of there. That's good chicken fat. So bring to a boil and just let it cook until the vegetables are soft. We're not going to put in the chicken yet because the rotisserie chicken is already cooked, and we're going to put those in the same time that we put the noodles in, and the noodles are going to cook for about 10 minutes. So bring to a boil. Once you bring it to a boil, then turn it down and just let it simmer until the vegetables are a little bit soft. Alright guys, before I put this into the pot, I want to show you. So after 2 hours, and you can let them sit longer, but look, they semi-hard, they ain't sticking to each other. That's what you want. You don't want these sticking to each other. You just want them to like flow like the wind. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. I almost said a bad word. That's what you want. So let's move on to the cooking part. Alright guys, so you want to make sure that your mixture is come to a boil. And then let's go ahead and add in the chicken. Add the chicken in. Stir it around real quick. Distribute it around. Alright, now it's time. Let's go ahead and add the noodles. So, add the noodles in. And we're going to cook this for about 10 minutes. You want to check the noodles. I mean, if you need more time, then you need more time. But check it about 10 minutes. If you need more time, you need more time. At the end is when we're going to season it. We ain't going to season it before. The sodium in the noodles, sodium in the chicken broth, we don't want, you can always add more salt, but you cannot take salt away. So let's go ahead and we'll let this cook. We'll let this go and do its little rounds and cook. And I'll bring you back after 10 minutes and we'll check it out. We'll see what we need to add in here. Well, you guys, I hope that you enjoy this nice liquid gold recipe that is good for your health. Sorry I lost audio towards the end, but that's not the crucial part. So basically, once your noodles is done, about 10 minutes, then all you're gonna do is check to see if you wanna add some more salt and pepper, and you add that to your liking. And then once you get the seasoning correct at the end, then add the fresh parsley, stir it up, and then it's ready to serve. And you know, this is one of my favorite soup recipes, and I hope you enjoy it. And sorry that it took me so long to get this video out, but please subscribe to this channel, and also to my IG is Papa's Fusion Kitchen, and the recipe will be in the description of this video. And if you like it, please tag me in it. And I hope you enjoy this recipe from my house to yours. And until next time, cheers.